Hey everybody, I'm Aeon, and welcome to the show. Today we're diving deep into the spooky, the creepy, and the downright terrifying world of phobias. That's right, those irrational fears that make us jump, scream, and maybe even pee our pants a little. We're talking about the kind of fears that make you check under your bed twice, avoid eye contact with clowns at all costs, and never ever go swimming in the ocean. You know, the normal stuff. Welcome to our countdown of the top 3 phobias that haunt us. Get ready to uncover some of the most common fears that people face every day. We're talking about the kind of stuff that keeps you up at night, makes you double-check your locks, and maybe even invest in a good therapist. Before we get to our number 1 phobia, and believe me, it's a doozy, let's talk about what a phobia actually is. Now, a phobia isn't just your run-of-the-mill dislike, like saying you hate doing the dishes or that you're not a fan of your mother-in-law's fruitcake. No, phobias are a whole different ballgame. We're talking about a full-blown, heart-racing, cold sweat-inducing, irrational fear that can send you running for the hills at the mere sight of, well, you'll see. And kicking off our list at number 3, we have arachnophobia. That's right, the fear of spiders. You know what I'm talking about. Those 8-legged creepy crawlies that always seem to pop up when you least expect it. In the shower, in your shoe, dangling from the ceiling fan while you're trying to watch your favorite show. They're everywhere. And let's be honest, spiders get a pretty bad rap. I mean, sure, they spin webs, they have way too many eyes, and some of them are venomous. But aren't they just misunderstood? Okay, maybe not. But the fact remains, arachnophobia affects millions of people worldwide. And for those folks, even a picture of a spider can be enough to send shivers down their spines. So why are we so afraid of spiders? Well, some scientists believe it's an evolutionary thing. You see, back in the caveman days, spiders were actually a legitimate threat. Think about it. No bug spray, no screens on the windows, just you and a bunch of hairy spiders hanging out in your cave. Not exactly a recipe for a good night's sleep, right? So our ancestors learned to fear spiders, and that fear got passed down through the generations like a pair of hand-me-down socks you just can't seem to get rid of. But hey, at least we have one thing over our cavemen ancestors. We have YouTube videos to distract us from our crippling fear of spiders. Speaking of which, let's move on to our next phobia. Coming in at number 2, we have a phobia that's near and dear to my own heart. Ophidiophobia, the fear of snakes. Now, I know what you're thinking. Jimmy, you're from California. Everyone's afraid of snakes in California. And you know what? You're not wrong. We've got rattlesnakes sunbathing on the hiking trails, gopher snakes slithering through backyards, and don't even get me started on the ones they find in toilets. But ophidiophobia isn't just a California thing, folks. It's a global phenomenon. People all over the world have a deep-seated aversion to these slithering reptiles. And honestly, who can blame them? They're long, they're scaly, and some of them can inject you with enough venom to kill a small elephant. Not exactly the kind of creature you want to cuddle up with on a cold winter's night. So why are snakes so darn scary? Well, just like with spiders, it probably has something to do with our ancestors. Back in the day, venomous snakes were a real threat to our survival. One bite could mean game over, no continues, no extra lives. And even though most of us don't encounter life-threatening snakes on a regular basis, thank goodness for modern medicine, that primal fear is still hardwired into our brains. It's like when you hear a loud noise and you instinctively jump, your body is reacting to a perceived threat, even if you know you're safe and sound in your living room. But here's the thing about snakes. They're actually pretty fascinating creatures. They play an important role in the ecosystem. They come in a variety of beautiful colors and patterns, and some of them even make great pets. Just kidding. Please don't get a snake as a pet unless you know what you're doing. So, the next time you see a snake, try not to freak out. Take a deep breath, appreciate its beauty from a safe distance, and then slowly back away. And for goodness sake, if you're in California, always check the toilet before you sit down. Chapter 3, and finally, the moment you've all been waiting for. The number 1 phobia on our list is acrophobia. That's right, the fear of heights. Now, this is a phobia that I think we can all relate to on some level. I mean, who hasn't felt a little queasy standing at the edge of a cliff or looking down from a tall building? But for people with acrophobia, that feeling is amplified 1,000 times over. We're talking about a fear so intense that it can make everyday activities like climbing a ladder or even standing on a chair feel like a death-defying stunt. And here's the kicker. Acrophobia is the most common phobia in the world. That's right, more people are afraid of heights than spiders, snakes and clowns combined. So, why is acrophobia so prevalent? Well, there are a few theories. One is that it's an evolutionary adaptation. Think about it. Back in the day, falling from a high place could mean serious injury or even death, so it makes sense that we would develop a healthy fear of heights to keep us safe. Another theory is that acrophobia is a learned behavior. If you had a negative experience with heights as a child, maybe you fell out of a tree or got stuck on a roller coaster, you might develop a phobia later in life. But whatever the cause, acrophobia can have a real impact on people's lives. It can prevent them from pursuing their dreams, enjoying certain activities, and even just living their lives to the fullest. Imagine being afraid to go hiking with your friends, visit a scenic overlook, or even just take the stairs instead of the elevator. That's no way to live. So if you're one of the millions of people who suffer from acrophobia, know that you're not alone. There are treatments available that can help you overcome your fear and start living a life free from heights-related anxiety. Well, that's our show for today. We've covered some serious ground, from creepy crawlies to dizzying heights, and I think it's safe to say that we've all learned a little something about ourselves and the things that go bump in the night. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more interesting content, and let us know in the comments, what are you most afraid of? Is it spiders, snakes, heights, or something even weirder? I'm dying to know. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and for goodness sake, watch out for those spiders.